The Wandering Satyr jolts hard to port.
Hey guys, I think something's wrong with the ship.
The ship is going down.
There are only 2 lifeboats on the ship, and each only holds 4 players.
Lovely.
They better get creative and act fast.
Delilah, my horse, now!
The horse is not going on the lifeboat.
I'm gonna say, move over!
Not today, you cheeky.
We need to focus and work as teams, group together.
Who's ready to die?
I'm gonna run into the boat and say, I can't wait on y'all all day, let's go!
Selfishness and cowardice are met with swift judgment.
I'm gonna go up to the dinghy one and shove the dinghy to try to make room in the dinghy.
Define make room in the dinghy.
I'm shoving the elf out.
How rude!
All right, this is a pretty pivotal moment. You are making an attack action against Jack. The attacker's gonna go first. 16. Ooh.
Nope.
Oh, that is a natural 1.
Tarvos pushes him off.
What the?
You are the very first person on Die Inspired to die inspired.
I was betrayed, I was murdered, and launched into the ocean, and then I drowned and died.
Seeing that everyone is working in tandem and together, that my groom, steward, and squire are bringing up my belongings from below deck so that I can mount my horse and set a heroic example, as I've seen on many battlefields as a squire myself, I will move from where I'm at and begin assisting untethering the barrels. And I will call out that we can use this as a flotilla so long as this rope net keeps everything together. And I'll make a dexterity check to untie it.
Okay.
12.
12. All right, so for your people at a +0, a handle animal to see if they can get, with all this chaos, see if they can get the horse up the stairs.
6.
So the horse is rearing back. It is not excited. The horse is having none of this.
Racking my brain, have I
Yes.
ever heard of anything like this? Passively knowledge arcana to mull over the source of the magical spell.
It's unlikely that it's a spell, that somebody casts something to affect this much area. So this could just be an effect. There's something unnatural about this area.
I am going to start dragging one of the sides of the doors to the edge.
Attach that to the flotilla.
You're trying to fasten the door that she's moved already.
The barrels that you've gathered, all of that together, making a flotilla.
You guys have created quite a flotilla, that's the word we're using? Is that in the dictionary?
It's Elvish for boxes and cargo net. Desmond calls out, we should put our strongest sailors in the boats, and everyone else should be on the flotilla or doors behind it, ensuring our highest chances.
I'm gonna say, you don't have to tell me twice, and I'm gonna climb down the rope.
I just pull myself over the side of the ship, start lowering myself down onto the rope, climbing down.
Why is the rum all gone?
The rum gone.
So I'm just gonna climb down into the dinghy.
Okay.
Seeing Leah use a grappling hook, I'm going to climb down her rope, and I'm getting in boat 1.
Let's go down the boat. Use my action to go down the boat using the rope. All right, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna point at the people at the crates, and I'm gonna point at the silks, and then I'm gonna point at the people at the crates, and I'm gonna give a thumbs up, and then I'm gonna run and get in the boat.
I want to get on the boat.
Sizing up my companion, what can I tell about you? What class are you?
So I'm a paladin. I'm pretty strong.
High athletics?
Yes.
You'll be able to row the boat?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I will board the boat.
No.
The dinghy's full.
No,
there's one
only
spot.
3 on there.
There's
Oh,
one
no.
more. There's one more.
Are you a sailor?
Get on. Yeah, I have an insane athletics.
Are you a sailor though?
No, I'm not a sailor.
He's also a sailor.
We're saving the spot for him.
Oh, you're saving a spot for him?
Because I'm a sailor.
This is your call, sir.
Right. I'm gonna get on the boat, I think.
And I will get on the doors on the flotilla, climbing down the rope.
And then I will move towards getting on the flotilla.
you can use your move action to jump down onto the flotilla.
I do that. 100%. Spear in hand, everything.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
So I leap off the boat, spear in hand, and plunge it into the flotilla.
It was brave and awesome all at the same time. You land, superhero pose, hold 9 yards.
Then I can just say that I'm going to hang on to my barrel very tightly.
Miri.
I am still holding one of these barrels, so I'm going to tie myself to it.
Tarvos.
Climbing down the rope to the flotilla behind dinghy 1.
Squeezing on this thing means that you and the other person have barely enough to hold on to. It's going to create disadvantage for both of you in this situation to try and stay on this thing.
All right, I've got to do my best to stay on this thing.
This one's it. This is the roll.
You might have sparked me.
So 16.
Okay, so Leah.
Falling off. I hate swimming.
She tries to grab on, grasping desperately towards on the rope, and her handhold breaks free. She just kind of splash.
I'm swept away with the currents. I could have loaded my crossbow, been pretty stealthy about it, no one would have noticed. And then when Tarvis came over the edge and crowded me on the flotilla, I could have just, and maybe still survived, but ultimately that's just not who I am. And Leanna in Drinkwater is now beneath the waves.
So Jazz looks Torv on the eye, hands him the rope that's fastened to the spear that's driven into the door, and he says 2 things. Thanks for killing Jack, and tell Layla that I'll say hi to her ancestors for her. And I slap him on the ass, casting touch, and his ass will emanate bright red for the next hour, and then I do a gainer off the door.
No!
Give me a performance check with your gainer.
Hell yeah. 16.
16? You. That's as inspired as you get. It is a perfect pike. No, even with all the waves around, no splash. It doesn't even make a sound. You just slip
And he's
silently
gone.
into the water. Tarvos. First note. It's an opposed check. Okay. Soren. I need you to make either an athletics or an acrobatics check. Tarvos reaches out and gives you a shove in the chest.
I guess I shouldn't really be too surprised. Okay. First roll is a 15.
15 doesn't?
It does?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Ragnar.
I'm gonna cut it loose.
You're cutting the flotilla loose.
Yeah, and as I do that, I look at Tarvos in the eyes. Tears begin to come rolling down. Sorry, brother, but it had to be done. I understand.
Okay, so you cut loose.
We're killing people.
So you cut yourself loose, and Tarvos is just kind of bobbing in the water at this point on top of the flotilla. Just like look him in the eyes. And...
Anything you wish you could say to any of the other players?
I'm sorry for killing Jack.
The brave choice is to let the others on the boat. I will not devolve into chaos just to survive. I would die with my honor, and hopefully, and I slap Moonwiber's flank with Moonwiber.
Give me another animal handling as they keep trying to fight this horse up the stairs.
At least you got a 5.
Just not having it. Really, really frustrated with this storm. What are you gonna do to the horse?
Alubine, knowing this is the critical moment and knowing that Moonwiber only has a limited understanding, waves his hands in the air as he subsumes a first level spell slot to cast Speak with Animals. Suddenly flying with neighs and says to the horse, Moonwiber, we will survive this. You have to trust me. Follow my instructions and we're gonna be fine. I know this is weird, but move with us.
Everybody sees you to the horse. Moonwiber lets out a neigh of disapproval the idea of being lashed to these these barrels, but it accepts it anyways.
He is our mascot now.
Does that flotilla connected to the ship, to my dinghy, look safe?
No.
Okay. I will hold my action to cut the rope from it. If it starts to drag us down, the rope's getting cut immediately.
I'm just gonna use an Eldritch Blast.
On who?
On Draven. That is a 20 to hit.
Shield. Shield.
You guys are doing what you need to survive.
Seeing that happen, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Guiding Bolt, cast on Ildarin.
Guiding Bolt, doing 22.
22 to hit Ildarin with a Guiding Bolt. That will hit.
Well, I'm down, but not killed outright.
I saw that go down, and I just look at him go down, and I'm like, you know what, why not? I take out my short bow and loose one into him for a failed death save, I guess, maybe.
The guy who's down.
Insult to injury.
So you have a straight roll to attack
his dying body.
And he's unconscious. So that it hits. So that is an automatic critical to an unconscious character. 2 failed death saves.
Don't attack the priest, come on now.
All right, here we go. I'm either... That's a fail. And...
So I realized if I wasn't in a boat, I was going down. So I kind of figured I needed to take a shot. I went for it and I got hit for what I did.
After being attacked and feeling the stress now, I'm going to cut the rope.
Okay. Roll to attack the rope. Takes 5 damage to cut it.
5 damage.
So you cut the flotilla. So there's 2 barrels. Was there people holding on to those barrels?
Yeah, I was attached by a rope. Do I need to do a check or?
Yeah. This is a big one. This is the big one.
Yeah. All right. Oh, no. Well, don't worry about it, guys. You didn't have to kill me.
So, because the lid on your barrel is off, as they're dragging, the barrel starts filling with water. As this thing starts to sink, you're kind of holding your head up as long as you can, and then bloop, and
go through all these.
I'm tied to a barrel on the ship still.
Athletics or acrobatics, DC 20.
We'll do acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Now you are tied to the barrel, right?
Right.
So that's advantage.
Okay. Oh well, that's a 7.
That's a 7.
And also a 7.
Oh.
So I'm dead.
The dice.
Times are perilous. Look to me and remember your courage. Alubane is a little distraught at the current situation, but he takes the silk and kind of lashes it onto the horse first and then the barrel, kind of making all 3 of them lash to this barrel.
You're tying a horse to a barrel?
Yeah, and then I'm also going to be there too. Like, it's just going to be a really happy gathering.
All right, I'm gonna require another handle animal check as you're trying to tie bolts of silk to a horse.
Well, and if there's a bonus, we grew up together. Like, the horse's name is it literally is in the backstory. I've known this horse for a long time.
Because of the turbulent situation, you guys are we're gonna keep it just a straight check. Okay. But I appreciate this.
Congrats.
All right, +3. That's a 12.
12, yeah. So you tie a horse to a barrel.
And then I'm also in amongst this, and I'll call out to Desmond and say, "I've got Moonwiper. We're gonna be okay. We've got a barrel."
Horses can swim. Hopefully, both of you can make it.
What the I'm gonna go and take my barrel and bring it to them to put on the horse.
Exactly that.
Horse flotilla. Horse flotilla. I swear to name my firstborn after you if I survive this.
The horse neighs in disapproval again. Give me a dex check to tie another barrel to the. Where are you tying the barrel? Where's the barrel being attached to this thing?
I guess this one we'll go in front of the neck.
Okay.
I'm tying myself to the horse.
You're tying yourself to the horse.
Well, I'm gonna try.
All right. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Give me a check to tie yourself to the horse.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You have attached yourself to this damned horse.
I tie myself to the barrel.
Okay. You are okay.
With my barrel.
With your barrel. So,
So I'm tying myself to the barrel.
To a barrel. Gotcha. Okay.
Desmond moves back to his horse with the barrel. He ties his barrel to the barrel that Alubine had already tied, creating a 2-barrel raft around the horse, which is going to be our active locomotion
here, right?
on our raft.
Has anybody else seen Swiss Family Robinson? With the pig with the 2 barrels tied to its side?
It works. It works.
Alubine, as negotiated, Alubine's going to, having a better communication with the horse, kind of soothe the horse and let it know of our plan of we're gonna get in the water, don't freak out, and then we're gonna swim. So 4 airtight barrels, horse pontoon, we're all tied to the horse and barrels, and just yeah.
All right.
I guess we start moving this thing.
You start paddling the boat?
Yeah.
Okay, so you actually start pulling the boat.
My heart is a little broken.
Yeah.
Tell Layla that I'll say hi to her ancestors for her, and then I do a gainer off the door.
No. So I'm going to start raging because that's what I do when I'm heartbroken. And so one hand, I'm not going to actually do it, but I'm just going to rip off my necklace and chuck it in the ocean.
For dramatic effect, I love it.
And, I'm just going to keep rowing.
I will think to myself and see that things have gone awry. I'll crack my neck and I will rage again. The mask comes back, the horns come back out of my mask, and I've been rowing this out of this boat.
Okay, so we have decided how we're going to situate this horse situation. It's going to be dramatic. So what we're going to do is we're going to do either an athletics or an acrobatics check for those of you who are attached or on the horse. As a giant wave in the shape of a hand comes down to pull you guys under. 2 of you are going to make it, and the rest of you are going to be pulled down.
At the end of the day, I survived because I got in the boat. And I was so torn about whether to do that or not. It felt very much like the ungentlemanly thing to do, but my character is also quite strong, and I knew that there was going to be a rowing aspect, so I kind of thought my job on Team Boat 1 was going to be rowing. So I jumped in, and one of the few that made it.
Why do you think that you were better than the other players?
Well, I think I just took charge. I was gonna make it out of here, so it was like, somebody's got to make some decisions or everyone's gonna die. So I just wanted to make sure I got out.
Were you willing to kill other players to get out?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. But my priority was to play the character, and the character is very calm and level-headed, and killing wouldn't have been his first action.
I think that the primary difference between me and the other players is that I brought a horse with me, and you gotta love that.
Alubine tried to save the main animal he had, his dearest friend, the horse that he grew up with, and he succeeded at that at the cost of his own life, but he lives on forever with the ocean that he loved dearest.